Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. And if you own or if you work for a remote business, today's video is for you. I'm going to tell you how you can leverage automation to optimize your remote operations. So let's get started. I think having a remote business like I do, like my previous startup did as well, it's challenging sometimes, right? So you need to make sure that you are keeping your operations efficient. You need to make sure that your team is being productive all the time. So you need to make sure that everyone is going to be engaged on your company, on your business, and your goals. And especially if you work in a remote business that has employees spread all over the world in different time zones, it's very challenging to keep that. So how you can keep the engagement up, how you can make sure that everyone is being productive and efficient on your operations. And of course, you can leverage automation to do almost all of that. You can leverage automation to make sure that you're gonna keep having a well-oiled machine running for your business, running for your company, while you are separated between each other, right? So let's get started with 7 automations, or let's say 7 tips on how you can leverage automation to make sure that you can keep an efficient operations while working remotely. The first tip is leveraging project management tools to make sure that everyone knows what they have to do. I think this is probably the most important one. Okay, so, and again, especially if your staff, if your team members are spread all over the world, you work in different time zones. So when you are waking up, someone may be going to sleep. And between that time, everyone needs to make sure that they know what they have to do, right? And having a very well-structured project management tool like Monday, like Asana, it's very, very important. So not only you should use the right tool, but more importantly, you should have that tool optimized and well-structured. So you can separate it by project or by client, and then you can make sure that you are signing to the right project owner. You can you need to make sure that you have all the details there for that task to be completed. If you're not leveraging project management tool yet, that's the first thing you should start doing in order to have an efficient operation. The second one is leveraging communication tools like Slack, Discord, Teams, or any other tool, right? So the first one, you should have the project management tool and system in place. The second one is you need to make sure that the communication within your company, within your business, is going really well. So you need to make sure that everyone is communicating, everyone is talking to each other, everyone is aware about what's happening in the company, right? So by having a communication tool like Slack, for example, it makes really easier to do so. So make sure that you have the communication tool in place and you have the right channels, you have the right people in that tool, okay? So you can structure a communication tool like Slack or Discord with different channels, with different topics. So you can have one channel for onboard, you can have other channel for tasks, you can have other channel for general discussion. So make sure that you are organizing and structuring your communication tool in a way that makes it easier for everyone to share ideas, to communicate, and to find what they're looking for there, okay? The third one is automating and organizing your documents storage, right? So you have the project management tool in place, you have the communication tool in place. Now you need to have a place to store all your documents and files and everything, like Google Drive or Dropbox or something like that. So make sure that you have an easy way for people to store documents, to store files, and most importantly, connecting to all of those tools. So you can have a Google Drive connected to your Monday board, you can have a Google Drive connected to your Slack, so everything can be connected, integrated. With that, you make sure that everything is very streamlined and organized. The fourth one is automating data transfer between platforms. So Usually, transferring data between one tool to another, it's one of the most time-consuming tasks that you can have on your business. So as I mentioned on the previous tab, connecting your data storage platform with your project management and communication tool, this is just one example, right? So making sure that you have all the data integrated between all those tools is really important, so you can avoid manual tasks, you can become more efficient, and you make sure that you have the data on the right place connected between them. The fifth one is a very nice one, is implementing chatbots and virtual assistants to help you not only optimizing your customer service area department, but also to help internal employees to find the right data. So you can create two different chatbots, right? The first one is to optimize your customer service. So again, as you have people spread all across the world in different time zones, you need to make sure that your customers, your clients can have the support they need. And one way of doing that is having a chatbot with AI that can respond quickly to your customers, okay? The second one is making sure that your employees, your team members can find the right data that they're looking for, or maybe asking some questions about the company, about where they can find any kind of document, for example. So you can have two different chatbots, one for clients and one for internal employees, and you're gonna see that this makes your life a lot easier. So instead of like everyone asking you a lot of questions about the business or about internal operations, you can have a chatbot doing that for you. Not only you can avoid using your time to do so, you would also offer a better experience to your employees so they can find the data or ask that question that they have right away. The sixth one is leveraging automation for gathering key insights for your business. So usually when you have a remote workforce, it's not that easy to understand the performance of each team member. So it's not that easy to see if everyone is doing well, if they are delivering everything that they need to deliver, and how are they performing against their goals and KPIs and OKRs, right? So you can leverage automation to start getting the data and having a report, an internal dashboard, so you can start tracking all the projects, all the tasks in just one place, right? So if you have your project management tool, this is one step to make sure that everyone is doing what they're supposed to be doing. But also you can start having internal dashboards so you can better manage your business. So you can have everything in just one place, all the key data that you need to control and manage your business. So you can have data related to your finance department, you can have data related to your customer service, your product engineering, like everything related to the business, you can have it in just one place. And to do so, you need to connect to different data sources. And you can do that by automating the data collection and also the data update. Okay, so this is very important because if you have a remote team, you need to make sure that everyone is doing their job. And also you need to make sure that all the KPIs, the main KPIs of your business are healthy, right? So having an internal dashboard is really, really important. And last but not least, leveraging automation to onboard your clients and onboard your new employees is very important. Let's start with the clients, right? So usually when you have to onboard a new client, you have to do a lot of different steps to make sure that the client will be ready to start working with you. So usually you have to send an invoice and a contract, creating Slack channels, creating Drive folders, and so on and so forth, right? So creating an automation to do everything that you need to be done to onboard a client in just a few seconds, it's key to make sure that you're gonna have an efficient operations and you're gonna have a scalable business, right? So that's probably one of the first automation that I recommend for you to implement on your remote business. The second one is making sure that your new employees are gonna be onboarded properly and fast. Okay, so again, the same way that I explained on the client onboarding side, for the employee onboarding, when a new team member is starting working with you, you also need to do a lot of different steps to make sure that that employee will be ready to start. So usually you have to create email accounts, you have to add that new employee to all the internal tools that I mentioned here. You need to maybe set a contract, you need to set up the right accounts and everything. So you can do all of that automatically with just one automation within seconds, right? So that's the first part. The second part is having the right SOPs so you can share with that new employee to make sure that that employee will understand fast about your business, everything that you do, and everything that that new employee needs to do in order to properly start working with you and your client. So having an automated employee onboarding system together with and right SOP, it's key to make sure that any employee that's starting working with your company anywhere in the world would know everything that he or she needs to do in order to start delivering great results to your company and to your clients. So again, having a remote workforce can be challenging at some point. So that's why you need to start leveraging automation to make sure you're gonna keep the engagement of everyone that's working with you very high, and also to make sure that you are gonna have an efficient operations on your company. And also it's important to find a balance between automation and a human touch within your workforce. So leveraging communication tools, project management systems, and those automations that I mentioned will make sure that you're gonna have an open workforce. You're gonna have a very streamlined communication between your team, and you're gonna make sure that you're gonna have an efficient operations working for you and your clients. Hope this video is helpful. Hope you can start leveraging automations to your remote business and start scaling up your company. Okay, again, as always, if you have any questions, if you want me to help you build automations for your remote business, click on the link down below. I'll be happy to chat with you to understand your challenges and show you how automation and AI can help take your company to the next level. Thank you.